Ladies and gentlemen, I am resurrecting one of the greatest shows this here channel has ever seen. That is Back to the Drawing Board, where I, your host, Alec Bean, take a deep dive into teams that are in desperate needs of rebuilds. And today, I'm taking a look at the Las Vegas Raiders. Start off, the Raiders have a ton of cap space coming up. They have $81.3 million, which, seems great, right? But then you think about everything they need, and it's not great. So we're going to start off with the coaching staff. Obviously, Pete Carroll's gone. They don't know who their head coach is going to be. They're in the running for Clint Kubiak. However, I'd like to see them go out and get Sean McDermott from the Bills. Proven winner. In my opinion, it's not his fault that they've been losing the playoffs. It's kind of Josh Allen's fault. So if I were the Raiders owner, if I was Tom Brady, I would go out, I'd get McDermott, have him bring in some of his guys. Obviously, Joe Brady's not going to follow him because he just got the coaching job in Buffalo. But I think if McDermott can form a decent staff around him, it could be a quick turnaround for them. Now, going into the draft, obviously they have the first pick. We all know who they're taking. They're taking Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Heisman, LinkedIn professional. Dude knows how to get his LinkedIn right. I mean, he was just absolutely absurd this year. 3,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. The 90 QBR. This guy is just a proven winner, obviously. Indiana won undefeated, national championship, so on and so forth. They're going to sign him. They're going to draft and sign him. Obviously, it takes up a little bit of a contract. Not as much as you would think, though. Second round, I'm not too sure what their pick is looking like. However, they are in desperate need of help in that secondary position. They're going to go out. They're going to get a safety in Keontae Scott out of Miami. Great physical safety. Bring a lot of help to that defensive side of the ball. Now we move on to free agency. And this is the fun part. They have $81.3 million in cap. And they're going to need someone to protect Mendoza. So you're going to beef up the offensive line. And this is going to be the main focus of free agency. They're going to throw a bag at Rasheed Walker, an offensive tackle who had a 93.8% win rate in the pass block this year and ranked 11th amongst tackles. You're going to try and sign him 4 years, maybe $20 million a year, so that comes out to what, $80 million contract? It's not bad. $20 million a year, not a budget guy by any means, but absolutely a necessity. Taking him from Green Bay that's a cornerstone for your O-line. That's someone who you can build around on the line, and that would be perfect. Next up, sticking with the offensive line, you're going to sign center Connor McGovern from the Bills, which is huge. I'm sure he'd want to follow McDermott. Everyone who played for McDermott loved him, but he might want to stay with Josh Allen. But you're going to throw him a bag, so hopefully it helps out. You get a 97.2% pass block win rate this past season. Insane, to say the least. 3 years, $15 million per year. He's one of those guys who isn't a big name in terms of offensive line in the free agent market. However, it would be huge if the Raiders can get him. Now, you're probably wondering, these are boring moves. You haven't done anything big yet. Well, the big splash of this free agency class is George Pickens. Everyone knows this. So he's looking for a wide receiver one role. He wants it. He probably wants, he wants a young quarterback to start and flourish with. I can't see him staying in Dallas. He's a wide receiver too, although it was a phenomenal year for him. CD was hurt most of the year. CD's going to come back better than ever. So I see him leaving. He's going to want that wide receiver one role, and he's going to get that in Vegas with McDermott and Mendoza. This is going to be a hefty bag, though. 5 years, $30 million a year is probably what he's going to be asking for, bringing in a total of $150 million. Obviously, it's not ideal, but it's what you need to, build your franchise up. And then you got $15 million left in cap space. You're going to go out. You're going to try and get some budget guys, obviously, some defensive corner pieces. But on that defensive side, if you're going to go out and try and make another splash in the secondary, I like them getting Jalen Watson. He's a corner. Would be huge for that Raiders secondary. Just have Keontae Scott, that rookie safety out of Miami, taking another cornerstone. That would be huge. You got to build around corners. You're only as good as your secondary in the defensive side of football. You can get all the pressure you want, but if your corners are getting beat, it's not going to help you at all. And, well, that's going to wrap it up. The Raiders, rebuilt, revamped, probably going to the Super Bowl with this rebuild, obviously. After all, I did rebuild it for them. Anyways, that's going to do it for the first episode back of Back to the Drawing Board. I'm Alec Bean, and I'll see you next time.